It's not video games. That's what you have to do. You can add in music. I know Dan loves music. That's fine. Ban anything that's not video games. Music. Like if you have somebody sitting around talking about social issues all day, Shadow Realm. You have somebody sitting there on a bikini with a pool, Shadow Realm. Or OnlyFans, same thing. Let's see, if you go to, let me think before that, games, art. Yeah, if you have a girl painting her boobs, Shadow Realm. Instant, right? That's it. And so that would be the solution, right? That's what I think it would work. Now, they might want to try and do something different, right? Because they're not all about that lifestyle. But to me, that's what I think would work, and that's how it would be, right? I didn't get a notification. A lot of people didn't. We had big issues with Twitch. Things do seem to be... I'll refresh again. Things seem to be resolved now. Everything's okay. But for a little bit there, things were really fucked. And I don't even think they're totally fixed yet at all. What about pool parties? No pool parties. No pool parties. That's just that's a hoe. That's like a hoe convention. Absolutely not. No, we can't have that. And yeah, absolutely not. And let's see here. Hoe adjacent. It's adjacent. And if you want to increase the advertising and get advertising back on Twitch, that's what you really need to do. That's number one. Number two, which is actually more important than number one, it's actually not Dan's fault that advertising is bad. Amazon's system of like getting analytics is garbage. They have a garbage analytics system, period. Like here, let me ask you something. Whenever you made your Twitch account, did you ever tell them how old you were? Did they ever ask you for how old you were or where you lived? Like outside of a state? No, right? Okay, so that's information. Like, think about it. An 18-year-old wants to buy different things than a 48-year-old, right? So whenever they don't tell you how old you are, they don't find out how old you are, then how do they know who to send the ads to? You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down here? You see now, you're getting late? No, I'm not late. Twitch is just, it's not my fault. It's Twitch's fault, obviously, right? And Xbox will be $1,000, yeah. And so that's the thing, right? Think about it, right? And it's in general, yeah, you got to get in on that Skynet shit like Google has, and that's whenever you really make the big money. And so Amazon has a big problem. Like, I mean, Twitch knows this. Like, everybody knows this. Like, anybody that works in advertising, like any of you guys, you done marketing before? I don't know. I wonder if that's a big deal that you can't triangulate a location and you can't do it based off of age or gender. Like, oh, geez, I wonder if that's bad or not. It's so fucking obvious, right? Yeah, you gotta have ads. No, somebody said Galaxy Gas ads for XQC viewers. Yeah, they'd have Galaxy Gas ads for XQC viewers. Fucking hair loss ads for Asmongold viewers. You could have, let's see before, fuck. I'm trying to think, fucking Act Blue ads for Hassan. You could have, let's see, who else we got going on? Yeah, you gotta have targeted advertising, exactly. And so that's really how I see it in general, right? Well, Viagra ads, so I don't know about that. Minoxidil ads, yeah, exactly. And queso, yeah, Burger King ads for queso, yeah, Taco Bell, exactly. He would love that. I guarantee you he'd love that. And so that's, you gotta have ads for every single individual type of person, right? And so if you can't lock that in, you can't make that happen, you're going to have a bad time with advertising. So, like, I mean, Dan knows this, right? I mean, like, it's not even his fault. As I said, he runs Twitch, but Twitch is getting run by Amazon. Like, Twitch is it's not even his fault. As I said, I'm just saying, it's a hair on the tail of the dog. It's nothing. That's the way I see it. You see the Boeing crash? Yeah, I'm going to look at this. So what's the situation with this crash? Just real quick. Actually, honestly, this is probably worse than looking at the crash. Let's see. I'll pull it back up. And is there an image? Damn, this dude's fucked up. That dude's fucked up. Let's see if I can find some more of these. Full sequence from takeoff to crash. I'm watching this whole thing, right? I don't know if I can watch the actual crash itself. Man, I guess I can watch this on stream, but this is sad. It's actually like, what the fuck? So basically, what happened today, I guess I just found out about this very recently. is that Boeing had a huge crash today, and you know, like no real memes, no fucking around or anything like that. But you know, it's actually really sad. Let me see if I can show you guys. This is what it was, and yeah, this is it. Just watch on Kick. Well, I mean, like, again, like, you can watch, like, my logic is, like, I mean, you can watch September 11th, right? And, like, people die in that, but, like, you don't watch it happen. So, like, this is the same thing. I don't know if I get in trouble. It wouldn't make any sense to me. But, yeah, anyway, so, could be pilot error. Yeah, and you see that plane coming up, right? You see it going up. The one guy survived, barely sustained any injuries. Everyone else died. Rolled the nat 20, I guess. And you can see, like, right there, it's starting to lose.
I don't have a target.
Like, I feel like, I mean, again,
I need to target something
I don't have
first.
any experience in it, but it seems like the engine, like, it was like things were going, and then they stopped going, right? Something cut out.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, it was like an engine stall or something like that.
I don't have a target.
Losing lift? Well, I feel like you don't lose lift like that, do you? Because, like, I feel like if you would lose lift like that, well, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck do I know, right? And then you can see, obviously, it blew up. Oh, my God. How did that dude survive, bro? That's like some Bruce Willis Unbreakable shit. Oh, my God. One dude actually survived this? God damn. Like, that's insane. But anyway, you have enough engine thrust, you lose lift. Yeah, I'm not again. Like my, you know, I've had multiple grandfathers that are pilots, but I'm not. I've never flown an airplane in my life. And even my mom was a pilot. She could fly an airplane, but I never got into it. And so he was in a briefcase. Yeah, exactly. It's tragic. It is. How many people died in this shit? It was like 200, right? It was like 280 or something like that. Let me see if I can pull it up and find it myself. Actually, let me just. You guys can just tell me how many was it that got killed? 253. 250 people. So basically, everybody on the flight died. It's really a sad. It's a really sad moment, right? It's absolutely horrible. It's terrible. Like obviously, I mean, you know, things like this happen. You know, is this over? I thought so. I said 290. But anyway, yeah, that's really all there is to it. It's just horrible. What the fuck's wrong with Boeing? I mean, right now, a lot of people blame Boeing, but the reality is that, and I'm not trying to get a Boeing sponsorship with this at all, but like what I'm trying to say is that Boeing makes most of the airplanes. They make a huge, like what part, like for example, like let me actually look at what percentage, let me look this up. What percentage of market share does Boeing have? Boeing have in the commercial airline business. Let me see what this is, right? Because I'm actually not 40%, the global commercial airplane market share, right? With Airbus dominating around 60%. So like when you have 40% of all the planes that exist are made by Boeing, 40% of the crashes, I mean, honestly, I do have to say, it's kind of an Airbus W though, right? Because I haven't heard of an Airbus one crashing out for a while. And so like really, yeah, and they even have a bigger thing, but like again, it's still too small of it's too small of a sample size to draw, I think, really a conclusion. So you're going to have to wait and find out, see if it was pilot error, see if it was an engine failure. How do engine failures like that happen, right? I mean, is it a defective part? Is it something that was done at manufacturing? Was there a safety protocol that wasn't followed? There's so many different examples of things that it could be, and it's hard to know which one it is, right? And so, yeah, pilot error for the 14th crash in a row. Well, I mean, that's what I would guess, right? I mean, I would usually guess that it's pilot error and it's not some kind of like crazy, weird conspiracy, but who the fuck knows?
I'm out of range.
So, yeah. And what's this here? Old planes being retrofitted to compete with Airbus. Instead of making new technology and new planes, they just Frankenstein the old ones and hope nothing bad happens. Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't that long ago. I feel like the first time I flew to BlizzCon, me and Zach went over there, and, you know, it was like me, Zach. Honestly, it was like everybody was over there. But, like, there was the plane that we were in, and they still had a fucking, they had it welded shut at this point, but you could see, like, this is the ashtray. It's like, this is from whenever you used to smoke on planes. When the fuck was that? Like 1975? Like, goddamn. And so, like, yeah, 787 is new. Yeah, no, I'm serious. They had that, and this was like 2017, and they still flying around with this flimsy ass shit. 1993. So the first time that I ever flew, like, how many of you guys are like 30 and over, right? And you remember whenever flying was like, cause now you got them ratchet ass Spirit Airlines, Frontier, PvP server airplanes. It's like that shit doesn't even need to crash. People are crashing out inside of the plane. And so you got all this shit happening. But back in the day, it was not like that. I'll tell you this. Airplanes were a big deal. Airplanes were like, oh man, you're flying around. And I remember they even gave you, how many of y'all remember they would give you them little pilot wings, right? Whenever you was a little kid. Like, even I got one, right? And I was like 5 years old. Do y'all still remember that? Yeah, and so it was such a big deal. And they would even give you stickers for like places that you would go to. They would treat it as like, you know, like in WoW, where like you like explore an area, like you explore Westfall, right? And it's like you get the achievement. Bro, like people would have like their bags, and they'd have their achievement points on their bags. And like they would have like, yeah, we've been to Dallas, we've been to Hawaii, we've been to like, you know, Maui or something like this, right? And like all this other shit. Yeah, quest achievements, exactly. And like airplanes used to be a big deal. And I think that in about, I would say, 2010, airplanes became more accessible to the, you know, lower middle class, right? And like now you have pretty much anybody that can get on like it's basically a bus that flies. And, you know, you can get on a plane ticket for like $100. And so it's, especially if you're not bringing anything with you. It's not true. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely true. I was there. And so, yeah, and it was 21 after this. Yeah, I don't know. And police search Boeing 787 whistleblower found dead on Telegraph. No, I know that Boeing whistleblowers have died. But all I'm saying is that, like, am I crazy for saying that I think that we need to wait just at least a little bit more, right, before you just immediately go and say, damn, Boeing, I guess all the planes are crashing, right? And so that's why I would just wait for a bit. That's all I'm saying. Is Stellar Blade a good game? I'm gonna be honest. Like Stellar Blade is. I downloaded it. We're gonna play it later on today. Stellar Blade is a good game. Number one. Number two. A lot of people, I think, right now, you know, you see the amount of people that are playing Stellar Blade. Let me go ahead and open this shit up. Where the fuck we go? New window. Fuck. Let's get this here. And this.
I need to target something first.
So take a look. How many people play the game? So look at, where is it? Where is it? Is it here? It's right here. Players now. It hit a peak right here of 183,000 players, and this is off. This is off the weekend, right? And so we're thinking about this is a Thursday situation. Think about a Saturday situation. That's a lot of people. And so anyway, Gooners Unite. Yeah, big surprise. People really like this game. I wonder why. And that's it. And 180,000 people playing. Yeah, and this is people playing on Thursday. Now, you're going to see this on the weekend. It's possible this game could break 200,000 players. And just to put it into perspective of how successful this game has been, I can go ahead and show you compared to a lot of the other games that have come out that were PlayStation exclusives, right? And so let's see if I can pull it up, guy. I know that Mark Kern put this shit up the other day. Let me see if I can find it. Where the hell would it go? And there's an insane amount of people. So these are the games that are these are PlayStation exclusive games that were then moved to PC after a period of time, right? And so let's look at this. Ghost of Tsushima. This was 77,000. This was their most successful launch ever of a PC game. And we're going to even cross-reference this and make sure that we know that it's true, right? Ghost of Tsushima, Director's Cut. I think this one will just pop up, right? It should be okay. Yeah, 77,000 people, right? And so you got the numbers right here. This is what it is. And so you got so many people that are excited over this game. Now, why is it that so many people are excited about Stellar Blade? Now, well, I mean, you've got, here's the thing. I mean, if I go and I pull this up, which mod, like which one trending? Actually, wait a minute. Can I look at this?
It's all messed up.
Time range 7 days. Let's see. Can I do a time range of 1 day? I don't know if I can. And well, anyway, this is really the reason. Okay, I could go back and find this. It's number one. You can mod this character and make her look even hotter. That's number one. Yeah, I'm not trying to catch a vacation. I already have the start weight today to begin with, right?
It's too
and so
far
anyway, people got tired of ugly characters in video games. People didn't get tired of ugly characters in video games. People just never did get tired. They never got tired of hot girls in video games. That's the reason. And so you have Stellar Blade that for PlayStation it only has more sales at more sales than any other game release, but it is by a metric of 1 double, and it might actually have tripled the amount of current users playing it on versus the previous game before that. That is an insane amount of people. That is massive. So that's yeah. At least now they've got this is a good tax to pay. And so you look at a lot of these games, Shima. Everybody knows about Neo, Final Fantasy, Persona 5. All of these games, it's putting them in the dirt. Stellar Blade beat every single one of these games by over 100. That is fucking insane. Think about that. That's crazy. The amount of people playing the game. And so my point is that, like, yes, all of these they Stellar Blade. People voting with the wall? The reason why the character, like, the Stellar Blade is, like, if it was a bad game, people would not buy the game, right? There are a lot of bad games that have hot main characters and nobody buys them. So, like, it's not like it's a guarantee, like, oh, bro, you get them titties in the game and you're going to make $1 million, right? But whenever you have the convergence of quality and which is what this is. I mean, let's just, we're going to base it down, right down to you have a recipe for something to work, right? And so, too, right? I bet Wuthering Wave. How's Wuthering Wave doing? Is it anywhere on here? Yeah, it's trending on Steam DB. Look at this. Look at this. This is the new patch. This new patch. You want to see the new character in the game? What's his name? The other version. Thank God, because I could not spell that shit. So you see this character right here, and big fucking surprise. You got another character that's really hot, and everybody is trying to play her, right? That's what it is. And so you got this, and then you have like her, like more, like it's like kind of like not really a lolly version, but it's like a younger and like kind of like more petite version of the character. And so that's really what it is. And so the elf ears is a plus? No, it definitely is a plus. And again, this is what happens when you have people playing the game with excitement. Why that is? I'll tell you why that is. It's because the vast majority of people that play video games are men. That's the reason. It's not 50-50, it's not 70-30. It's 90-10, and it's not fucking close. Men playing video games like this. So all this idea, when they say women play video games, women do not play video games. Like, if you're talking about women playing video games like Candy Crush, I'm talking about Dark Souls. Bro, who's playing Dark Souls? It's a bunch of fucking sweaty dudes. That's just it. Hey, you know the Warhammer convention? You know who you're getting? Fat guys. A bunch of fat-ass dudes sitting around, bragging about how much they know about this fucking video game. Or the little figurines and shit. And furries? Yeah, and there's like 3 different guys there. It's gonna be 7. You know, and they're sitting around, right? And you've seen this. Like, I've seen it. How many of you guys have seen this at one of these conventions, right? And, yeah, Henry? Yeah, be Henry. That's a better one, right? And, bro, a U.S. senator was just arrested? For what? For what? Hopefully for being a Democrat, right? For being a goddamn liberal. FBI arrests a man for distributing face shields. Senator Alex got removed. Well, why he got removed from? Yeah, anyway, I'll look at this here. And, but let me just finish up the Stellar conversation real quick. So, what I'm really trying to get at here is that if you want to be successful, you have to make it appealing. Fat, ugly, androgynous guys. You make a ball that they didn't pay for. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I go back. And you go and you see two also, like, real quick, before I go to these other ones, right? It's 2 and 2, yeah. You got, you know, where the hoes at? Highest concurrent player count. Copy sold. Also, every single character. Every single one. Like the side characters, you barely even saw, like, video. Like, everybody knows. And you got women there, they're like, oh, you're like, I'm not gay, but I can play that God. Dang, but you just know that, right? I mean, if you don't know that, it's hard. And so that's it. And it just makes sense. And yeah, you know, most big fighting game, yeah, this is a fighting game. And this girl, like, in my opinion, she's probably a think about that. But then you have Emma Frost, top display. This is awesome for her too. Like, people just like this isn't the case for everything. And so, I'm not but like, the point is that, and you saw this with the recent games of Fitness, but you guys noticed that the amount of ugly characters in video games, especially ugly women, has gone down by like 90% ever since like 2022. Like, it's gone down by a ridiculously massive amount. And the reason why is because people aren't making the money. That's really it. Mine's from Zizian from Street Fighter, it doesn't matter. I mean, and also, like, really? Oh, what about Cammy and fucking, who's that? Fucking, no, Chun-Li, right? You know, that is not necessarily a big difference. And so, yeah, that's it. And the hog ratio, yeah, exactly. Fat was the fad during the Biden term. Every gotcha character has all attractive. Because nobody, like, you know why they don't have any fat gotcha characters? Is because nobody wants to be fat. That's the reason why. Not even fat people want to be fat. There's nobody that hates fat people more than fat people. That's why they're killing themselves by being fat. The fact is that this is just common sense. It's common sense. Everybody knows it. But you've had some people that try to turn it around and make it something that isn't. And so now we have how it's defined. It's just so obvious that this is the case. And again, if I see, and this is a very, very important thing, if I ever see a video game that has characters that are unattractive, I assume that the video game will be bad. Maybe out with the bathwater. I say your bathwater shouldn't have been fucking nasty, gross-ass bathwater. That's the way I see it. If you didn't want that to happen. Like, you had some gross-ass fucking shit. Yeah, exactly, truth, exactly. And so the fact is that they're black, yeah, because, like, and here's the reason why. It's because the game at that point is being designed explicitly against players' best interest. So if you start off, if even the aesthetics of the game are not made to appeal to players, what makes you think that the gameplay will be? Like, it's not made for you, it's made for them. They made the game for themselves. And so, yeah, why would that be dirty in the first place? Well, I don't know. Like, usually if I take a bath, it's dirty after I'll be honest. Visual appeal isn't just video games, it applies to everything. It's making the best of it. Exactly. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, like, I just want to, like, you know what I did today? This is really gay, believe it or not. It's super gay. But I actually took a shower before. I did. I took a shower before I went live. I know. And it's a weird way of coming out, but, you know, somebody's got to do it eventually, right? That's mega gay. And, yeah, no way. I know. Big day, huge day. Yeah, big day. And so, that's happening. And, like, obviously, like, you know, I shave, I try to make myself, you know, I got enough things working against me at the baseline. But we don't need to put anything else on the list. And so the fact is, like, everybody's trying to make themselves look good, right? People take a photo of themselves, and they take 3, and they pick the best one. And so it's at the most base level of common sense. But it's understandable. So, yeah, Stellar Blade is doing amazing. It's the most popular. It is the most popular Sony PlayStation exclusive game to release on PC ever. Literally ever. And it doubles the next one. Massive fucking success. Colossal success. Gigantic success. And it's a good game to play. It's a fun game to play. So that's another big reason too. So yeah, never mind the baseline attractive appeal. If you just put one body model in the game and you resize it here and there, it's more efficient on artists than having thousands of character models. Yeah, that's true. And so anyway, let's go back. I see this. So during a press conference in LA, Senator U.S. Was forcibly removed after he offended the current Homeland Security Secretary Christian criminal cases. The confrontation led to a situation where security personnel intervened, resulting in the senator's removal. Both sides were credited with his statement. So this shit literally just happened, right? So he started crashing out right now. Let's look at it. Okay, here we go.
Because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen criminals that you're looking on your
This is my favorite part. He puts on a show whenever he's in the room, and he's trying to do this for the cameras. Then the moment that he's off camera, and he believes he's off camera and he's leaving, he immediately stops acting up. Instantaneously. He's got his hands up. This is some bro. I don't think they should give this guy a charge. I think they should give him an Oscar. I feel like, yeah, I mean, this is some good acting. I bet he fooled at least probably 10 people on this one. Yeah, you could see this. Yeah, this is great. No, bro, like, let's give him an award. Like, this is amazing. Virtue signaling, exactly. And you see, just watch how this switches up. You can see him fighting. And then there, I'm gonna walk right out. Nah, so he's getting mad over this. What about the Republican president? What do you mean by this? So are you trying to play that game where it's like Republican arrested for child abuse video? What do you think I think about that? Let me ask you a question. What do you think that I think about that? No. What do you think I think about that? No, I'm just bringing it up. Yeah, you're trying to play the narrative. Everybody knows what you're doing. Don't play games with me. It's not. Well, what are we doing?
Alex, I have questions for
everybody knows what you're doing.
Because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen criminals that you're rotating on your.
And you can see, obviously, as soon as the cameras were off of him, as soon as they were off, he immediately knew how to act. Isn't that crazy how fast it was? Let me see if I find any other angles of this too. And I think the fact, I mean, I'll be honest. You know what I really don't like about this is the fact that he didn't throw hands with the cops. Because like I can respect the guy. It's like if you really want to get down and you want to start wrestling on the floor around with people over public policy, I would say, damn, okay, this dude is really like he's in it. He's in it, like he's ready to go to work, right? But like this guy he's out there to fight for you, right? Actually, yeah, he's taking charge. But nah, bro, he immediately ropes out the second. Man, he's not trying to do this. Fuck, that guy's dope as fuck. Yeah, exactly. He ain't about it. No, he's not. And so, damn, that's a bad idea. No, it's not that it's a bad idea. Obviously, it's a bad idea. Obviously, it's a big deal. Wrestled and detained, forcibly removed from the press conference. Yeah, this guy, let's see if I find another article about this. Absolutely unacceptable behavior. Assaulting the city center, administrative everyday life, federal agents, not above the law. Wait, is this person trying to think that, like, wait, this is... I don't even understand, like, wait. So wait. So she's trying to wait. So she thinks that the police were she thinks they were the ones that were wrong. I need to just. I gotta get. Where's a hammer? I gotta hit myself in the head a few times so I can understand this. Oh my God, who is this? What's going on here? Wow, it's a tribe. Yeah, it's not a tribe. It's a circus. And what is this here? Forcibly removing a United States senator from a press conference is disgraceful. Barging into a press conference as United States senator is disgraceful. The stunning lack of respect here is shocking. Never seen a U.S. senator shoved around like this by law enforcement? Yep, and that's the way it should be every single time. Because if you're a senator, that still means that you're a citizen. Homeland Security goons manhandle a senator. Have enough yet? No, I'll have enough whenever he goes to jail for doing it, being violent, trying to resist these people. Then I will have enough and I'll be happy. That would finally, then I would finally think, you know what? You have somebody that's coming in here and being aggressive like this, their heads off of the public U.S. senator. Now, I see a lot of people are trying to act like this is like some kind of victim thing. Just craft the picture. You don't just get to walk in somewhere and start yelling at people just because you're a senator. Didn't that dumb bitch that, what was it, she was at that ICE center the other day? Didn't she just get charged for 17 fucking years? Not charged, yeah, charged, not convicted. 17 years. See, these people love to say that nobody's above the law, whether they're trying to arrest Trump for some bullshit fucking tax thing. But the moment that somebody goes and makes a physical, threatening appearance in front of, again, this is a big deal. He's talking about doing this to a woman. And look, listen, like, I'm an equal rights kind of guy, but at the same time, like, I mean, this is, you know, you're I'm also against men and women's sports. Okay, and why is that? Why is that? It's because men are bigger and stronger than women. So you go into a women's press conference, you gotta push yourself in there, aggressively do that. This is aggressive, dangerous behavior. Nobody wants to do this. It's embarrassing. What the hell is going on? Do we know what was said? What was said? You're not supposed to walk in there like that. That's the reason. So yeah, it's the same thing. Dead crazy people. Yeah, I don't know. What's this here? What's the conference about? Not to mention the DHS secretary is higher on the ladder than a senator. It doesn't matter who's on the ladder because the entire ladder is under the law. Everybody should be under the fucking law, right? The only person that's not under the law in a way is the president because he can pardon people, right? He can pardon other people. So he can issue a pardon and like that's okay. But other than that, that's the way the rules are, right? Like you might not like the fact that that's the rules, but that is the rule. What's up with people thinking the laws don't matter anymore? Well, the reason why they think that they don't matter is because they agree with the people breaking the laws. These people are, you are trying to think about this from a principles perspective. And that's why you're getting confused, because you're like, well, wait a minute, these principles don't match up. Yeah, working as intended. This is not a principled stance. Like, there is no, like, here's the thing. If a random crazy person had walked in here and they got carried out, like, let's say, let's go ahead and flip the script here. Let's say somebody went and did this, let me think of a senator, like, I'm thinking of like a more masculine, male, like Republican senator. Why don't we think about maybe something like how about like, Dan Crenshaw? How about Dan Crenshaw? Ted Cruz, yeah, like Rand Paul. How about Dan Crenshaw? And so, you know, this guy comes in. Now, Marco Rubio. Yeah, think about that. Marco Rubio. If Marco Rubio came in and violently pushed his way in to a press conference with AOC, do you think that these people would be talking about, oh, wow, you need to give the senator more respect? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. Not a chance. They would be saying this dude needs to go to jail. People would be talking about, yeah, we're doing masculine. I mean, compared to AOC, who's a woman, yeah. She's like 5.5 feet tall, absolutely. And so, yeah, everyone deserves the same respect, yeah. And so all of a sudden, yeah, AOC be hiding the mask in another building again? Well, I don't blame her, right? I mean, nobody should be subjected to violence because of their position in government, right? And so there's evidence that senators were paid taxpayer dollars. There's video of him being arrested now. Thank God. Thank God, bro. Like, this is they gotta do something about this clown. They do. Never see a senator being handled this emotionally. They were not, like, in my opinion, I don't think they handled this mercifully at all. Like, I think that they just come out of the room. Like, and then that was it. I mean, honestly, like, this is, I feel like this is exactly, like, that's how it should have been. Yeah, they just locked his ass out. He's not bleeding. Like, think about, like, in the same way a treaty United States Senator, the secretary works for him, it works for the voters. Yeah, and you know who else, you know what the voters work for? Is the law. You can't run in there and fucking insert yourself into something and start yelling at somebody, right? And again, what I think is so funny about this is that anybody actually thinks that this wasn't optics. This dude had no problem fighting these other guys, but the moment that he thought the cameras were off and he was out of the room, he immediately put his hands up and he walked out like nothing ever happened before. Because this shit was completely a fucking performance. This was absolutely a performance for him to make himself look like a victim, like he's fighting for the people that are being deported. That's obviously what the narrative here is. It's so clear and obvious that this is a person who's trying to aggressively insert himself into a space and aggressively and physically impose himself upon a woman. And again, I don't want men and women sports. Men and women are not equal physically. Like, I understand, like, if, you know, like, a woman hits you and you hit her back, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to cry about that. But at the same time, like, we got to call this for what it is. This is a man that breaks in there, and if any Republican senator had done this to, like, a Democratic female senator, people would be losing their fucking minds. It's shocking. People are acting like the senator is the victim here when he forced his way in here. And he did that. They had a meeting after, and yeah, it's not a big deal. But anyway, let's see how much longer. But like, that's it. Yeah, it's a lot. This to the rest. We're not seeing the video. It's just literally just the same clip over and over and over. Yeah, if somebody wants to find it and, you know, get into it, but we'll wait until Benny Johnson let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What's...
On your back.
I'm behind my back.
Jesus Christ. Move your hand back. Jesus. Yep, you're not supposed to record out there, obviously. And I don't know really what this is. And what one wants to do, yeah, fuck around and find out. Nice and clean arrest. Yeah, I guess so. It's embarrassing. I know, it's so embarrassing. I just wish these guys would fight this hard for the people who are actually citizens. You know, like, I mean, wouldn't that be nice if you had these people that were willing to fly across the world and throw hands with federal officials and everything for the actual citizens of the country? Wouldn't that be great? Wow, that would be nuts! Oh my God, I'd like to afford childcare. Yeah, I guess so, right? Or for healthcare or housing, yeah, and this is it. The peasants, well, we've had increasingly, this is an increasingly big problem that's been going on in the U.S. is that you have a lot of people they think that if they are significantly and sufficiently frustrated enough by something, that they can just simply break the law and do whatever they want. And this is the entire premise of all of the protests. This is the premise of all of these, like, rioting, burning down Teslas, violently assaulting people that disagree with them politically. Like, every single time I see somebody getting hit, it's always a liberal person hitting a conservative. Now, I'm sure there's some conservatives and liberals too, and I think there's a lot in jail. But, like, maybe it's just me, but I certainly see a fucking trend, right? Because, like, when Elon Musk said his son was in the Epstein fire, you have a bunch of Republicans setting Teslas on fire, but Elon Musk goes and does that stupid salute thing, and then he goes and, he helps Trump, and you got these Democrats setting Teslas on fire for fucking weeks. And so that's the difference, right? It's because they face no consequences. Exactly. So yeah, that's the way I see it, and that's what's going on. It's over. Elmo was yesterday. I don't know about Elmo being yesterday, right? And anyway, let's see if I can find it really quickly. But let's see if I can find it. Now outage just happened in the last hour. Google AWS probably. Yeah, this is fucked up or not? Let me refresh it. Seems like things are okay. We're back to normal, kind of. We got everybody pretty much on, but a while ago we had a bunch of lag that happened, right? And so yeah, it's not the two, it's definitely events that they're forward is fundamentally right, and anyone who disagrees is fundamentally wrong. It's not about that, it's about the fact that it's the fact that they do it and they think they can be violent or get away with it. That in my opinion that is the idea that needs to be killed. In my opinion, that is the idea that must be killed. The concept and the idea that if you are sufficiently and enough angry and mad and pissed off, that you just get to ignore the law. That's it. Yeah, you just gotta. And the way you do that is you have a unbreakable enforcement of the law. It doesn't matter whether you're a senator, it doesn't matter whether you're young, old, or anything like that. You still get held accountable for being a piece of shit. Getting away with it doesn't even cross their mind. In their perspective, they aren't doing anything wrong. No, that's not true. Because do you remember that protest whenever they were fighting, like, with that one guy, with that Kelly dude? And how all the liberals around this one guy were just, like, talking, like, politely? Do you know why that was happening? It's because there was a literal military Humvee right behind them with military fucking Marines or National Guard literally 10 feet away from them. So the reason why these people act this way, like, I've seen this happen. Like, I remember one time, like, this is a good example. So there was a cop one time. We were at Whataburger. It's like 3 in the morning, right? And it's a Friday or a Saturday. And so, like, everybody's there. They came down from downtown. People are drunk. There's like 100 people in the Whataburger. And these dudes are yelling at each other, talking shit, right? There's a cop that has to be at the Whataburger every Friday and Saturday. All the ghetto Whataburgers, you got a cop there on Fridays and Saturday nights. Same as Denny's, same as Waffle House, etc. To prevent any situations, right? And so this cop goes to charge his phone. He's sitting there, he's on his phone, he's like, whatever. And he goes to his car. While he walks away from his car, they get in a fight. Instantaneously, they start fighting each other. They start wrestling on the ground, and a cop comes back, and you can see he's at his car while they're fighting, and they're on the ground wrestling around. And then he walks over, and then he turns around, and he's like, I don't think it wasn't that much. It was just like, jeez. And he just, like, fast walked back up there. It's like, all right, guys, come on, let's stop this. The fact is, yeah, I fucking hate this. Yeah, I fucking hate everything. Yeah, exactly. And so the fact is that the reason why people do this is that they can get away with it. The moment that they stop getting away with it, they stop doing it. So this entire premise that I think that some people would have you believe is that they do this because they believe that they're right. No, that's not the case. They do it because they think that they can get away with it and they can bully other people physically and with the threat of violence with their actions. That's the reason why they do it. If they knew they wouldn't get away with it, they would never fucking do it. So that's the way I see it. So I posted this morning, I'm no longer illegal immigrants who work on farms or hotels. I don't know exactly what it is. Like, I'm sure he's probably going to work on some kind of like work visa thing or something like that. And some of them did have expired work visas. So I'm not really sure. Like, he just tweeted that out. Like, I would wait. People are getting mad about that right now, but like, I would wait to see like what he's going to say. But like, you know, I have the viewpoint that like, if they're illegal, get them all out, right? Get them all out. Like, you can't have it's immoral to have a culture that it relies on second-class citizens just by the nature of them being here, being taken advantage of. You know, like I don't like that. Get them out. Yeah, so I don't agree with that. But I would wait to see a little bit more about it before I go and I pop off and get too angry about it. America first, unless it hurts plantation owners. I've heard that before. I read it in a history book. And so anyway, let's see here. It doesn't matter in for whatever reason. Bottom line is it's wrong no matter who did this. Exactly. And this is the problem, is that people think that doing the wrong thing for the right reason makes it the right thing. And this is the premise of pretty much the entire movement of a lot of these people. They think that they can do the wrong thing, but if they have the right reason, it's okay. And so let's go back. I see if I can find another one. So he's talking about this here. Is this a... Yeah, here we go.
Without objection?
Mr. President, I just saw something that sickened my stomach. The manhandling of a United States senator. We need immediate answers to what the hell went on.
I agree. Why the fuck is he trying to barge into something like that and trying to force his way in there? This is you know, that's a 200-pound, over probably 6-foot tall man going in there to physically impose himself on a woman. Disgusting behavior. Absolutely disgusting. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Who does that?
Guilty.
Get out of here, Baldy. Get out of here. Yeah, it's like they think they're above the law. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And do not realize this sort of drama doesn't work on this age on the internet? Yeah, I guess it doesn't. They've been screaming no one is above the law for 4 years. That was only an excuse for them to prosecute Trump. They didn't give a fuck about that. They don't give a fuck about the law. Why would they care about the law? No, they're just doing this because they can. And I'll see if there's anything else going on with this as well. But I think this might be... we're going to wait for a little bit more posts about this. But yeah, politicians are snakes, yeah.
I need to get closer.
And what's the law he broke to get hemmed up? He was forcing his way in like this. Like, you don't get to go into a press conference like this and just walk into it and start talking and threatening you. Like, you don't have the right to do that. Like, if you go in there and do that, like, what do you mean? Like, he's really, like, going in there and crashing the entire fucking thing while yelling at her. Like, really, it's not even a question. It's a security issue, exactly. Yeah, and so it's disorderly. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't invited. He wasn't supposed to be there. It's insane that they think like a senator is supposed to be above the law or something like that. I mean, I don't really know what it is, but either way, it's embarrassing. And no one said that she and Trump are staying in LA in the hopes of liberating the city from socialism. Yeah, this is thank fucking God, bro. Once gathered, thank fucking God this shit happened. I'll read a few comments about this, but then we're going to look at some other stuff too. They do have a right to do that, to act like a moron. Didn't we just go over this like a week ago whenever they tried to go into that federal high, and then that woman said I can touch whoever I want, and right now she's being put up on 3 different charges. Like honestly, like that's it. Like there's no reason like why are we even thinking about this at all. And so like that's really what I think in general. And yeah, I'm just pretty much give me 1 second, I'll look at the rest of it. And the fuck did this go? I'm trying to make sure I get everything in order. And that's not what happened. It is what happened. Everybody saw the video. That's the problem. It's like people thinking that like this is the problem. Like you gotta get past this whole idea thinking that you can tell people that they can't see what's in front of them. You got to stop doing that. Like stop pretending that people can't see what's in plain sight. Yeah, he put his hands on people? Yeah, exactly. It's too far and it's just embarrassing. Have you seen Stellar Blade popping off on SteamDB? Yeah, I think so. The harvesters and absolutely. With the strength and party love and tolerance there, so much empathy. Yeah, band of rage beta. Well, the thing is, people love to lie, right? They love to lie and they love to make shit up like this. But all you have to do is just look at the screen and just see how it happens. And everything else makes itself completely abundantly obvious. And so, yeah, I'm very glad to see this happen. I hope they charge this guy with trespassing or something like this. and you know, resisting arrest or anything that really you can. And I think that, again, we need to kill this idea that being violent and aggressive is an appropriate form of protesting. Like, just in all forms. In any way that somebody is violent, aggressive, threatening, imposing, breaking the law, destroying property, vandalizing things, anything like this, we need to kill this idea. Whether it's from a senator going to jail or a protester, you know, going to jail. The whole thing needs to get stopped. Being uncivil makes your whole movement go bad? Yeah, I think so too. And absolutely, it's third world behavior. It is. It's third world behavior. And so that's really the way I see it. The only problem is that the video doesn't show the full context. It was already started when the video starts. I would have helped to see the guy storm in. Maybe, right? I mean, and also, like, even if he didn't storm in, even if he was sitting there silently, he doesn't have the right to just go in there and start interrupting her and interrupting the press conference. I don't want to see that happen. It's disorderly, ridiculous third world behavior, and there's no reason that anybody should tolerate it. But yeah, anyway, this guy apparently did get arrested. And this is again, this is a great thing. I'm very happy to see this. Yeah. And this is the left and Democrats, I know the party's fucked. Yeah. They said for him to go out. He started pushing against security. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, again, I hope that they charge him with something. And like, whenever, the thing is that I dream of the day that we put senators in jail. I've been waiting on this for my whole life. Like, I want to see, like, any of these people, like, any of them that, like, get some of these, you know, like, bribes or fucking bullshit, like, oh, wow, well, like, let's go ahead, this person is, like, you know, their friend works at this company, and they're voting for something that's in the benefit of this company, then there'd be no senators left? Well, that's just too bad. That's too bad. I'd rather have none of them than a bunch of fucking rats. That's the way I see it. Do they get to vote from jail? Insider trading? Yeah. Sounds like a win-win. Yeah, have you seen the no king shit that's supposed to pop off on Saturday? I'd rather have none of them. I mean, the thing is that if Trump gets arrested for something and he gets in trouble for something, like they booked him, like he got a mugshot, like they did prosecute him and they tried to put him in jail. They tried to put him in jail for a bunch of shit. So, like, I don't know why you're using Trump as an example. Like, Trump's the one with the mugshot. How the fuck do you think he got the mugshot? It's because he got held accountable for it. That's the reason why. That's the whole reason why. And he still won? Yo, he did. So this is the guy.
It just feels like
look at this guy.
going to happen, and
so
you're waiting
you
for
see
it
the
to
masks?
And you can look around, you see the National Guard in front of the federal building, but as far as this intersection where we're seeing all this take place, there's no local police to be seen. Yeah. And we have people...
Yeah, so you can see him giving out all these boxes for the masks.
From your point of view, but I can tell you there are many LAPD cars and officers there that have staged. They are blocking that freeway overpass, so protesters can't get on that overpass like they did yesterday and throw bricks or concrete or scooters down on law enforcement.
They got the driver? Yeah, I know. I know.
Perhaps they're not where
so you can see, like, those masks, right? Like, because we already saw this. I wouldn't need to go over this again. But, like, you can see all these masks that they were giving out. Well, this is what happened. That's what happened. And so, yeah, not so good for him. Not a very good day for him at all. And that's what happens. And so it's $60 each. Yeah, exactly. And handing out gas masks, handing out bulletproof vests. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think the January 6 riots and subsequent pardons emboldened these people. It's got nothing to do with January 6th, because these people were burning down cities before January 6th even happened for BLM. They were doing this way before then. They were attacking people for wearing Trump merchandise before January 6th, before it was even 2021 to begin with, right? No, this has been an ongoing thing that's been happening for a while. Way before this. I mean, I see what you're saying. They have just, I mean, the time is just going that up. The man who delivered tens of thousands of dollars worth of free face shows to LA rioters has been apprehended by the police. See, like, I mean, how do we know say that this guy is the one that really spent all the money doing this. This is a young guy. This is a young guy. Like, he's not really well dressed or anything. And so, like, what are the odds that he actually had $10,000 to do all this? I mean, it's possible, but it's probably not likely. So this is a young guy, like, probably somebody else paid for this, and then he was the one giving it out. So I'm glad that they have this support, and, he's trying to help them. Why would you be giving out gas masks like this? Well, it's so the tear gas doesn't affect the protesters so they can control the police, right? That's purely what that's what and so, yeah, I think so. He's being funded. Yeah, and so you guys figure out who's funded. That's it. On gas masks. Well, whatever they are, they protect people. They protect people from probably, like, what did you say, bionic? What is this? Let me see here. Bionic. So if I pull this up and I see it, let me see. I just pulled this on Amazon. Damn, exactly out of stock. That's crazy. With clear poly farmate, what we see here, this is some other bullshit, right? And so $50, yeah, it's $50. That's a lot of fucking money. And anyway, that's it. So Walmart, and it's sold out. Yeah, what a surprise. And these masks obviously are going to help you not have certain things happen, right? Not get fucking gassed or anything else. What are the bionic shields? Let me see if they explain this at all. Damn, I turned this down at all.
Warcraft, a fire off non-lethal. Hey, there's mystery over this.
Yeah.
High-tech face masks being handed out from the back of a pickup
This
truck
is from yesterday.
and distributed to protesters.
We got our hands on one. They're
Yeah,
hard
here
to
we
find
go.
because they're in short supply. They're called the Bionic Shield, and they provide full protection for face and arms. That's what a rioter would want.
There it is. Right there, it's that simple. Who paid for it? Well, they're going to find out. Yep, they can find out.
Today we executed a search warrant on an individual who was seen earlier this week distributing face shields to suspected rioters.
I'm so happy. Like, we have these clowns getting arrested. We have a senator getting arrested. Like, finally, something's happening. Jesus, thank God.
Down in Los Angeles. We have data that comes to try to identify, locate, and arrest those who are involved with organizing, supporting, funding, or facilitating these riots that are going on.
Yeah.
It appears they're well orchestrated and coordinated and well funded.
Yeah.
So we want to understand who these people are and where this organization is coming from. And today was one of those first arrests, the key arrests that we did.
I will believe this, and I will take it seriously, though. Like, it's nice that we arrest, but, like, I mean, right? This is probably a guy that has very strong feelings about something. And, he's ended up, like, he's top of it. The reality is that this guy is a useful idiot. He's a useful idiot. Like, I want to put the person in the cop car that hired whoever hired him. Like the person two lines up. That's the person who needs to get in trouble. Like, yeah, like this dude, like, I mean, God, right? And so that's it. And was it? He's part of the Down Berets. Is organized? Maybe, I don't know. But what's a useful idiot? He's just somebody who basically is recognized, but they don't necessarily have real awful intent. That's just what's happened. But he didn't buy the gear alone, so who funded it? Who gave the orders? I don't think people know yet, but they'll find out. We don't have all the answers yet. The group he's tied to, primary affiliation, Center CSO, sponsored rally. I mean, I don't know what this is, undocumented migrant. This is another picture of him as well. Been identified about the Brown Berets, Latino paramilitary group, currently embedded in the cities around the United States. I mean, again, I feel like that's a pretty easy problem to solve. Damn. Especially if they're going around. And you gotta think about this, like, he's kind of dumb, right? I mean, he's kind of dumb. Like, why didn't he even I mean, like, you probably should have worn a mask. Like, I feel like if I was there in the car, I would be wearing a mask. And so, yeah, that's a bunch of fucking commies every time. Well, I understand why people like the fact is this might sound weird, but I understand why people want communism in the U.S. I do, because they feel like the United States doesn't represent the people. And I think that they're right. I mean, it's basically they have identified a correct problem, but they haven't implemented a solution. So, like, I can see where they're coming from, right? Because I feel like a lot of people. Yeah, like that's it. And so, you as well, let me see if it is not. And I'm going to find it. It's going to go, yeah, wrong explanation. Yeah, right problem, wrong explanation. It's that simple. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that dude get arrested. And is he talking about? Yeah, he's talking about it.
From federal
by yelling at him?
Waiting with General Yo. I learned that Secretary Nome was having a press conference a couple doors down the hall.
So he went aggro? So you decided to show
Since
up?
the beginning of the year, but especially over the course of the last over the course of recent weeks, several of my colleagues have been asking the Department of Homeland Security for more information and more answers on their increasingly extreme immigration enforcement actions.
If the DMV doesn't process your shit fast enough, you just bust in there?
To no information in response to
you just bust in there, right? If the DMV doesn't get your shit processed in like 2 days?
I came to the press conference to hear what she had to say, to see if I could learn any new additional information. And at one point, I had a question. And then emphasized the right for people to peacefully protest and to stand up for
we saw that.
rights, for our fundamental rights. Peacefully. At one point, I had a question. And so I began to ask a question. I was almost immediately forcibly removed from the room. I was forced to the ground. And I was hanging.
Oh, God. Yep.
I was not arrested.
Should have been.
I was not detained. I will say this.
Should have been.
If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question,
I vote for him twice.
Only imagine what they're doing to farmers, to cooks, to day laborers, out in the Los Angeles community.
Won't somebody think about the indentured servants?
And throughout the country.
They really don't want to give up their slaves.
We will hold this administration accountable.
You got dragged out.
We'll have more to say. We'll have more to say in the coming days. Let me say this briefly in Spanish as well.
So let me get this straight. Let's get this straight. So whenever the DMV doesn't process my driver's license renewal fast enough, and I barge into the DMV, and I just fucking open that door, and I just try to get in there. I say, where the fuck is my driver's license? Where is this shit? I asked for this 3 days ago. Where is it? Where is it? You know what happens? You know what happens? I get to take a vacation. That's what happens. And so it's such a perfect example. Yeah, exactly. It's so dumb, bro. Like, it's so dumb. You have no authority over the DMV? No. It's not about having authority over the DMV or not. Even if you do have authority over, and also, by the way, it's not like a U.S. senator can just barge into wherever they want and start asking questions and do whatever they want. Like, if a U.S. senator goes in and does that, I don't want to see that happen either. It's belligerent, aggressive, violent behavior. Really? That's what it is. You just see it on the fucking camera. That's what's going on here. And so, yeah, no, absolutely not. And, yeah, he says superhero. Yeah, he's not a superhero, whatever. They have to follow the law. The Senate has no authority over the DHS. It's a separation of powers. Well, even if he did, it wouldn't matter. You still don't get to barge in there and do whatever you want. It's a Hispanic comment. Well, what's going to do with that? Security, you can't take a question from a U.S. senator or a press conference. This This is embarrassing, bro. Like, they always try to play these. It's really sad. This is the reason why I got into talking about this stuff a lot. It's because of the blatant and obvious, just so deliberate dishonesty that these people engage in all the time. It drives me fucking crazy. It's just such a lie. It's such an obvious lie, and it's just so, there's such obvious double standards with this. It's disgusting. It's, oh, is he still going? I'll turn it up in a minute. He's still going. And, yeah, I don't speak Spanish. And, would you say they're correct? Something reminding us of correct. Well, then why was the door closed? I mean, how's that work? Is it open from? Yeah, you know what? It's open. It's open to the press. He's not the press. Even if that's the case. Watch the whole video. It looks so much worse. He was pausing a scene which caused it to be removed. You can find the whole scene on YouTube. Actually, I want to see this. Can you give me what is the title of the video? I want to pull this up. If you know what we're talking about, what's going on with this, I want to find it. Because this shit is so annoying. I'm gonna pull this up. DHS. Yeah, where's the video? Okay. This is it. I think this might be it. Is this the video? I just want to make sure that I know what we're looking at. I know what we're thinking about. Because it's a longer video, so I assume that this was it, but I want to double check before I start playing it. It's a minute and a half from Washington Examiner. This is 20 minutes in. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's watch it.
And what they have tried to
Secretary, I don't know what you insist
so I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to
Hands up, hands up.
Also, I want to
I'm
talk
Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary, because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your...
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted, and how their families have been put in jeopardy, and that they don't allow that anymore.
What a retard! Jesus Christ, dude tried to take over, yeah!
And our law enforcement officers and their families will be prosecuted for what they did to this person.
That's embarrassing. Just keep swimming. Yeah, that's it. And so, yeah, he yelled at him and doing all that. That's crazy. He was a bit rude, interrupting her while she was talking. As I said, you know, I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't want to live in a third world country where shit like this happens. It's insane. What do you think they would say if a Trump did that during the Biden administration? Well, they would say it was awful because it is awful. That's the reason why. It's embarrassing. It's happening. And so, yeah, I'm very glad to see this. I'm very happy, and hopefully this continues, man. And so, yeah, that's it. Government crash-outs have been at an all-time peak recently. Yeah, I think so. And so, yeah, time and place for everything. Yeah, you don't just get to go in and barge in and do whatever you want. It's insane that people should think that's okay at all. But anyway, I'll go back and see if there's any more of this. I think that's been pretty much the entire thing. So yeah, it was pre-planned. Notice that that they were ready to try to control the narrative on Twitter. Yeah, of course they were. And also, I feel like, again, it's a very simple place. Whenever we do something that's bad, it's okay. And whenever we do something that's bad, it's not okay. It's very simple. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. Yeah, I don't know really what else to say besides that. Other than it's fucking embarrassing. Left if we'd say it's unacceptable for a man to do that. Yeah, of course. The crank approach is to wait for him to ask them to do it. And I don't think anybody's going to do shit. shit literally just happened. It just fucking happened. So I'll see if there's any new information. Even CNN is blasting this dude. Yeah, it's a PR stunt backfire. It's not going to backfire until you have people like this that get some sort of charge or something like that. There's got to be accountability for it by anything. And let's see if I find any more of these. What feminists fought for, what they gave up. I mean, people can do what they want, but I think it's probably better to live like this than the top. Scientists announce the dolphins are second to man in intelligence level. No way, women in third. Oh, jeez, guys. Oh, jeez. What a fucking surprise. Yeah, there we go. Let me go back. Okay, and we're never beating the allegations. Yeah, I guess not. And what is it? Never. Oh, with my community? Yeah, that's probably a little bit fucking true. And talking about your lot videos to extremely well, they do. Yes, I appreciate it. Absolutely. I haven't seen it all myself. Please run your side. Yeah, that's on anybody's side. Like they actually care about sides. And yeah, when Ryan Thunder gets old. Let me guess, they're gonna throw a rock at the window? Man, they thought they'd be one of the good ones. Is that it? That's it, they try and be one of the good ones and everything's okay. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm not surprised at all. And friendly fire, not him, being on the side after damage. They're on the wrong fucking side. Yeah, I guess so. And these people are so fucking dumb, man. Yeah, they're dumb as fuck. And honestly, like, people like this that think that they're trying to do what people think or anything like that. That's really it. And let's see here. What's up with the kick out of the game celebration? I'll probably go tomorrow. Like, they're doing but I got my own thing going, and that's it. So yeah, I'm glad to see. Obviously, like, you know, like it's good to see more live streaming platforms do well, and I think it's just going to become more and more the case where people realize that, you know, you don't have to be tied to one singular platform. You can operate in wherever you want and however you want. And so, what situation? Well, that's the way I see it, right? Is that it's that kind of a situation to me, where it's like in terms of like multi-streaming and like having content on different things. How's your relationship with OTK members? Fine. Like I got no problems at all. Like I'm not stressed out about anything. I'm chilling. But let's see here how we came to hate technology. Came to hate? Who the fuck hates technology? Who the fuck said that? I'm so fucking
technology.
Oh, just a
makes our lives easier.
Shit. Maybe I'll watch it and look at it. Maybe I see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know really how true this is or how accurate it is or not. Technology was exciting and revolutionary, cell phones, etc. And look up this. Yeah, boomer journalist, maybe. Motorola Razr. Yeah, I think I had this one. That was it. I never got a Razr. And I'm sick of politics. So I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys. This is the way it is. Like every time that I do content. And so, like, the fact is that, like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the shit that I need to do, and I'm gonna go and do whenever I feel like it. I played all of Expedition 33. I went through the I played the entire fucking game. And so I'm gonna keep doing that, and I think that's the reason why it works. And also, like, if there's an event that's happening that's a really big deal, like, I'm gonna 100% cover that. Like, obviously I will. It goes without saying. And so, yeah, that's it. And so if politics goes slowly, now I understand some people want to see gaming content, etc. Everybody's favorite word, watch our video, make Aswell, we can avoid it. Politics, whatever is Aswell Gaming. I'm fine with politics, it's good the channel, you suck so bad. A lot of people would never love when he games, but sure, a lot of people are jerks to go to the YouTube comments, you suck so bad. Most people don't hate when he's playing the game bad, they're so entertaining. I feel like a lot of people, like, this is really it, is that, like, I like gaming, I enjoy gaming, but, like, I don't think that's the only thing people want to watch for, and it's also not the only thing that I'm interested in. And so, like, I only focus on and do what I want to do and focus on, and so, if people aren't happy with it for like a day or two, the odds are I'm probably going to go and change and do something else after that. Like, for a while, there wasn't really a lot of political stuff, and there's been, like, this whole riot thing, and so I've been covering that a lot. I like you cover this stuff, but it really makes me physically ill seeing how fucking retarded and disingenuous these people are. Well, it does for me, too, and I'm very kind of outspoken and frustrated about it, because I see kind of, I see what I believe to be, like, lies and just bad behavior constantly, and it makes me defensive, and it makes me frustrated. And that's some of the reasons why I kind of end up speaking about it, and I want to talk and get mad, right? That's really what it does more than anything. Do what you want is probably more enjoyable for both of us than wrong run. Yeah, I think that's it for me too. A bit tired as well. No, I know people are, and I know people want to look at some other stuff too, and so I'm not going to cover and do all that all the time. But like, I want to say that you know, Reddit posts and everything like that. Like, I don't really make decisions off of Reddit posts, but I get that some people don't like it. But there's a lot of people that also want me to do, like, if I did what everybody wanted, I wouldn't be doing anything because nobody wants the same thing. That's the problem. And like, I've had this issue with my channel for a long time because I always kind of like, like for a while, like when I was just playing WoW, it was easy to do, right? But like, then I started focusing on like, and that's whenever it sort of happened, right? And so that's really the amount of time I spent. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. What your content percent. Talking about these shitty people and ideas is what changing things is how it gets out of hand. Yeah, exactly. So, I want to talk about it because it's something that I'm really strongly about. And, you know, I'm going to talk about things that I'm really strongly about. That's really it. But I understand where you're coming from and different stuff. Like, I think people really like it yesterday, right? Like, I feel like that was a lot of people were... is that accurate or what? Hell yeah, people thought that shit was fucking fun, man. The reason why people hate you is because they disagree with your takes? Yeah, I think that's the case in a lot of cases too. Studies find that there's more diversity of thought on the political right than the political left. I think that... Isn't it crazy that if you just move this a little bit, it would be a Instagram, number one. Number two, wow, I would have never guessed. This is absolutely and yeah, like for me, like it's weird because like, I feel like I have a lot of left-wing opinions, right? I mean, I would say like overall I do, and also like I don't think, by the way, like if supporting illegal aliens, this is a conservative opinion. Like, bro, that's the law. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are we talking about that being conservative? That's common sense. Everybody thinks that. Yeah, pretty much, except for a few crazy people, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, that's really the way I would look at it and talk about it, right? You're center right? I don't even think that I'm center right. I mean, who the fuck supports universal basic income and is center right? Like, that's really where I'm at. But people have opinions, but yeah, it's really fucking obvious. Let me go back. Anyway, Democrats don't get a chance if you don't like it. Anyway, so yeah, this is true. And you saw this, a few good examples of this, is that you look at Jesse, you look at J.K. Rowling, you look at Joe Rogan, I mean, you can look at me, like, you can look at a lot of people that, you know, the moment that they step out of the really small box that they're supposed to be in, of, like, all of these ideas and worldviews, like, you have to, like, basically, if you have one of these ideas, you have to have all of them. Like, for example, if you think that, you know, then, like, people will also have to think X, Y, and Z. But I think a lot of right-wing people, I think a lot of right-wing discourse is, like, more effective and gets more attention. It's not as mentioned. Because at the end of the day, what's more interesting in life to pay attention to? This is going to be more interesting than stuff we talk about and more stuff we do. So I think that's the reason why it happens. I feel like that's the reason why is that I don't really go and I don't really talk to a lot of people. What I do why do you support UBI? I just think automation is be able to get a job and expect to have a job. So like if people can't get a job, then how are they going to make money? Like if they can't get money, then how are they going to work? And so you have to figure out like what have to be careful like what you do about that. And so that's the reason why That's the reason why I have it. Yeah, exactly, right? And so, you guys part of the beast, though, man. It's part of the beast. When you talk about I believe it's the beast. And so, yeah. And why do we need to take care of it? I mean, if you can't, you gotta worry about that because they're more than you, and also you gotta worry that they might try to kill them first. So like that's definitely like, yeah, sure, you can think like that, but then that creates its own problems by itself. And so yeah, and send them to make concrete, yeah, I guess so, right? Nice, makes sense because who would consume all that technology? Yeah, it's going to be a huge amount of people, but I think that anybody could have noticed this on the internet. It's so fucking obvious. It's too fucking obvious. Peaceful protesters tried to GTA our way through the cops on a motorcycle. Oh my god.
Politicians on both sides of the aisle condemning the violence. This woman, one of a number arrested.
Why are you here today? Because a lot of my people are getting taken away. We've lived here all our lives, and it's like, how are you going to send us back to a place where we don't even know?
Man. That's crazy. You shouldn't have been here. My people, yeah. It's crazy how strong race politics are nowadays. It really is. Like race politics, it's the new normal, unfortunately. And I think it's been happening with a lot of these people, but that's it. Wearing Mexico, that's your parents' fault? Yeah, I think so too, absolutely. And you just proved them right? Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, this is my mentality, is that whenever I see a bunch of advocates and people that are like, yeah, we want to stay here, and we're going to show that we belong here by violently driving, you know, like motorcycles into police officers. I feel like that's going to have the opposite effect. Like, maybe that's just me, but when I see somebody doing that, I think to myself, get them the fuck out. It's not even a question. What are we thinking about? Yes, unhinged they are. Exactly, and it's so nuts, man. Squatters claiming that they're living here. Yeah, it's the meta. I just can't see how anybody would see that and be like, I wonder if they ever think about, like, kind of, how is this going to make people, like, agree with you? Because I can't imagine anything like that. People, yeah, I was going to chill. Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. And we're going to show breaking the law. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's break the law a bunch, and then hopefully they'll want us to stay. I don't think so at all. Thoughts? Cracker from West Cracker, I can say that I'm a white person. The reason why white racism is increasing is this generation of young white men is raised to be the least generation of whites everywhere. Yeah. Oh, I've seen this post before. I think that it's honestly, like, there's part of this that is true. And I think that what really radicalizes people more than anything is when they see benefits and opportunities given to other people that aren't available to them because of their identity. Because, like, you get raised and brought up, like, how many of you guys got raised and brought up, and you get told over and over in culture and society that everybody should be treated equal? Like, how many of you guys, you went to school, you were told over...
She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many. We're here today because Speaker Melissa and her husband, Mark, were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost a dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many.
Connected to government walls. What? is. That's not the house releases. Wow. That's fucking nuts. This one is not trying. This is 2,000 rupees. What the fuck is going on in Minnesota?
Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp. Keep your eyes on the horizon.
What the fudge?
Thanks. It doesn't have to end here.
Oh, save me the mush. The Horde made you soft.
I'm not being soft. I'm offering you a way out.
You don't make the offer. I do. Now watch and learn how a real goblin takes charge. Time to die. Jump. Bust out the big bomb, boy. Blast ya. Bust out the big bomb, boy. Warm regard. Hey, get in here! Wonder how I helped the old harlot here? Get a load of this. Get a load of it. It's about to blow your face off. Fire it up!
I'm out of range.
Get those bombs in a good spot! Blast ya!
I need to get closer.
It's full of rain! Move your feet! Hey, get in here! Fire it up!
closer.
It's alive!
It's too far away.
It's alive!
I'm out of range.
Eventually, we make the world recognize and respect us.
What was I gonna do?
There is much to be done. Fair skies and strong winds.
The causeway must be protected. Return.
That seems low.
You know, a lot of people, this is me criticizing it as well. China has been a month away from collapse, and Iran 2 weeks away from a nuke since I entered high school. For a lot of young guys, inside there's two wolves. One's Ben Shapiro, the other's Kanye West, right? And so we've got a bunch of people. I mean, like, this is a video that I made very recently that was critical of Ben Shapiro and his defense of Israel, and also things that, you know, him getting, like, I mean, obviously him getting mad about the Kanye song is, like, kind of justified. But there have been numbers of videos that I've done that have been critical of people that were critical of Israel, and so it's just not even true. I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind. I mean, you can go back and watch my, you know, again, I think that there was, what was it? I even saw there was a clip recently of, like, me whenever Benjamin Netanyahu brought up the Holocaust, and I was like, oh God, no, they're doing it again. So it's very obvious to anybody who isn't, you know, completely radicalized that I've never been a supporter really of Israel. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from. I mean, it's not like, and I think that a lot of people that are, like, on Hassan's side of this kind of stuff, I think that they do a really big disservice to themselves by not being able to acknowledge or give any credibility to the degree of trauma and violence that Israelis have taken. Like, a lot of Israelis don't agree with their government either. Like, they get forcefully conscripted into the government. These are people like, and they get, if an Israeli gets bombed because they live in Israel, that's no different than any other civilian getting bombed because they live in another country as well. Like, it's all bad. And so, like, it's very odd to me that we have such a, like, have you guys noticed this on social media, that anytime a person from Israel tries to express any degree of trauma that they've dealt with from any outcome of terrorism, that you have a bunch of people that are, like, memeing on them and trying to, like, invalidate them? I've seen this a lot recently, and I think it's actually quite common. Have you guys seen this? You have? Okay, good. Yeah, I've seen it a lot too. I think this is going to be a very big negative, and it's very weird that this happens. Yeah. And so, yeah, people say that they deserve it a ton recently. Exactly, right? And so, like, if you want to look at, like, you know, collective guilt in history, and you want to assign that to Israel, don't be surprised if those people assign that to another country. And the reality is that nobody should be assigning it to any country because collective guilt in general is wrong. But anyway, I'll go back. I'll listen to this real quick.
Well, he just supports everyone else that supports Israel. Right. And he attacks everyone that doesn't support Israel.
Well, wasn't he criticized? So wait a second. Wasn't Hassan 2 weeks ago criticizing and getting mad at me for having a clip on my YouTube channel that said that Nick Fuentes was slightly right wing? Because the last time I checked, Nick Fuentes, I don't think he's a big fan of Israel, right? So how is it that, like, I did that too? None of this makes any sense.
I can't attack.
He supports the administration and its support for Israel. He supports the administration completely. He supports all the content creators that support Israel. But he supports none of the content creators that don't support Israel.
I need to talk.
Well, I mean, maybe you should create better content. Just do that. Stop making content that is weird. Stop breaking the law on stream. Stop advocating for violence. I mean, it's not that hard. And that goes with anybody who's, like, in his orbit.
Also, saying Asman doesn't support Israel lol is hilarious. The dude literally got fucking banned for saying, yeah, I don't care. Palestinians are an inferior culture that deserve genocide.
Yeah, and that's the difference between me and Hassan, is that when Hassan gets banned and gets in trouble for something stupid, he acts like he was being misunderstood. And when I get banned and I get for saying something stupid, I say, ooh, I shouldn't have said that, that's my bad. Hassan never walks back anything he says or does. He constantly misrepresents people. He lies over and over. He misrepresents everybody who he disagrees with. He accuses them of crazy things just to weaponize his audience against them. It's insane. And so really, why are people critical of you? People are not critical of you because you're critical of Israel. People are critical of you because of your behavior and the way you act. That's the reason why. So it's very weird for me to see this and, like, him crying about it. But and I don't think that, by the way, in this, I don't think he did say thank you to Homeland Security anywhere in this clip either. So I think we're still going to be waiting for that. I'm sure that's going to be coming up very soon. And Reddit hive mind mentality. Well, I think that there's a lot of, like, weird mentalities that play there. But I definitely think that, like, yeah, obviously, like, there's a lot of that there too. Oh, you never lied about Hassan or misrepresented his position on something. Meanwhile, he does that to you multiple times a day. Well, exactly, and the reason why is that I don't need to. I don't have to misrepresent his position because his position is already bad. So, like, and that's the thing, is that whenever you don't have something that you can attack that's tangible, you decide to attack something that's not real. And so, or create a narrative or make something up. And so, yeah, it's very weird. And didn't you say he advocates for material support terrorism? Yeah, he does, and he did with the interview with the Houthis, saying that he supports them and everything. Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't think that's support, then why did Ubisoft pay him for playing Assassin's Creed Shadows on his stream? It's because giving stream time positively to something whenever you have a big audience is beneficial. That's the reason why that would be support. And in any sort of legal case, this could be used as a compensation. It is compensated. And so, like, I don't even know why. It's not even an argument, right? I mean, it's literally not an argument. Anybody can see that, and in any court case or anything like that, if you gave, for example, if you gave someone positive coverage for money without disclosing it, you are giving them material support without, that's against the law, right? Okay, there you go. So yeah, it's insane. And yeah, and still salty. Asmon's still salty about not getting the Assassin's Creed Shadows partnership. You know what? Yeah, I mean, like, I know who got Hassan to partnership. Why didn't I get it? I don't know. Maybe it was the 50 hate videos that I made about it. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. And so, yeah, nailed it. So, no, and that's, it's sad to see him crash out and get upset over this. And I understand that, you know, he wants to maintain his freedom of speech to stand in the middle of the highway. But I don't know. I think you shouldn't be in the middle of the highway. That's just me. Don't block traffic. You know, I feel like I'm not a crazy guy. Yeah, I'm not a very simple person. But apparently not, because you just saw the Twitter analysis. No, they didn't. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'll read a few more about this. Ironically, about cancer, by the way. Maybe you're right. I mean, I have no idea. And so, yeah, that's it. And yeah, where we go. I mean, I have an ego. Everybody has an ego, but like, I just don't really think that. I mean, a lot of these attacks seriously because it's just stupid, right? I mean, the amount of people that say dumb stuff about me every day is so high. So whenever I see somebody else doing that, I'm just like, oh, okay, it's another day at the office, right? It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, that's the analysis. And so the Schumer has a manifesto. Oh, really? Let's read it. Oh, boy. Let's read the Schumer manifesto. What could go wrong? And so anyway, you know, I have a feeling that that's probably not going to happen. As much as people might not assume. But, yeah, no, it's embarrassing to see it happen. But, yeah. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's not released either. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows. You'll see if you think it'll really get other fun. Yeah. I mean, that's just what happens. But at the end of the day, I mean, if people want to attack me or get mad, that's you know, their prerogative. I can't really control them. I can't people are going to react the way they want to react to different things. But, yeah, it's very weird to me that, and I think it's problematic that he and a lot of other people that are like kind of in his like friend group use being pro-Palestine as a shield for bad behavior. I think it makes the pro-Palestine movement look bad, and I think that it has made them look bad. I think it's cost them a lot of like, you know, like just casual public support when they see people that are doing that. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, how is it that you can't read a manifesto but we can watch live bombings? Okay, so like, do you want a real answer for that? I can give you a real answer, but it's not a great answer. I'm just going to give you the most logical one that I can come up with. No, the reason why is because Twitch doesn't want to have a situation where people in the chat, like, basically it creates a reward structure around the mass shooters. So like whenever a mass shooter goes out and they kill a bunch of people, or they kill one person that's like a noteworthy person, Roach, thanks for 30 subs, I appreciate it. They kill like some noteworthy person or something like that happens, then it creates a reward, and then the manifesto gets leaked, everybody's talking about what they believe, and it's like being discussed on mainstream media, etc. All of these things happen, and what ends up being the result of that is that this person's message gets out. Like, that is the ultimate result of it. Now, I think this is just, again, like, people should be able to talk about what they want, but at the same time, that's probably the reasoning Twitch has, that they don't want people reading manifestos, is because it creates a reward structure around the mass shooters. And so that's the reason why. And so, yeah, let's see here. And MLK did say the white moderate were the real enemy to changing movements in the U.S., so I guess they're not wrong for targeting Asmon for their perspective. Well, I don't really think that I'm a moderate at all. I just think that I disagree with extreme positions in certain cases. And also, you have to keep in mind that the frame of reference of being a moderate back then was being okay with segregation. And so, or some segregation. I think that really we're not anywhere near that. And we haven't been for years. So, yeah, MLK was to that. Oh, was that Malcolm X that said that? I don't remember who it was, but either way, that's not really it. So, so you're not a moderate? I mean, I think that I have extreme viewpoints on certain things, and I have moderate viewpoints on others. I don't think that you need to have an extreme radical viewpoint on every single thing that's ever happened. I think that's a mistake. Why do that? Who needs to do that? And I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I try to avoid that in general as much as I can, because it's just not it's also like a lot of radical opinions usually, in some cases they make sense, but in most cases they don't. So yeah, that's it. Everybody has hot takes and cold takes. Yeah, I mean, not every opinion you have has to be like this crazy, dramatic, like you know, extreme opinion. And so, yeah, that's how I see it. What is this here? Lefties getting their ass whipped by... I saw this on Twitter a little bit. Egyptian kids and dragged by their hair. Clash erupts in Egypt as local Egyptians confront Western activists who arrived to march to Gaza. They're marching to Gaza from Egypt? What the fuck? What is this? This is crazy. Okay, let's see this. I think there was actually a longer video on Twitter, so let me make sure that I have the right one, okay? And I think I saw this, but like usually I'll like see a video and I won't actually watch it. And where the fuck did it go? No, that's not it. Well, maybe I might not have it. It seems like I might not. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just watch this video then. That's okay. And let's see here. Damn. Oh, I can see those are the Westerners. Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I could easily identify them. Jiggly, thanks for 10 subs. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the subs. We have a lot of people gifting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Egyptian children are helping to remove the Western terrorist sympathizers with some smaller whips of their own. Wait, what? Oh my god! They're dragging them out. Holy shit!
Screen record this.
This is insane.
Dragging pictures, marching against genocide.
Wow. Egyptian civilians are giving the Canadian and other international invaders en route to Gaza a rude awakening. I'm here for it. To be fair, some of these terrorists are used to coffee and donate service for the Toronto police. Jesus. They just hate him, bro. They hate him. God damn. Bro. Go back to Reddit. Bro, where is it? Oh my fucking god.
Good to meet ya.
It's just so fucking weird, man. Egyptians, in my opinion, Egyptians should allow Palestinians inside. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what their politics are. I think that, and again, like, I could be wrong about this, but I think that there's another big part of this sentiment that is a lot of probably Middle Easterners view Westerners, especially after like 9/11 and like, you know, all the wars in the Middle East for like the last 30 years. They view Westerners as a destabilizing colonial force in the Middle East. So the last fucking thing they want to see is a bunch of Westerners coming to their fucking country so they can go and, you know, crucify themselves for some cause. Yeah, and when it's their fault. Well, either way, right? I mean, they just don't want... They don't want to have, again, they don't want to have a bunch of fucking foreigners coming to their country to push politics. Like, this is the same thing. Like, do you remember what I said before about, like, those people that were getting deported for, like, being terrorist sympathizers and shit? And I was like, huge W, right? Like, nobody else in the world would put up with this? Yeah, fucking exactly. Good job, Egyptians. Yes, good job. This is your political problem. This isn't some fucking subreddit moderator's problem. This isn't his at all. I'm from Egypt. I can tell you more about this. These were Arab gangs assigned by the government to scare away the tourists. Maybe they were. I mean, the kids were part of the gangs too. It's hard to say that. And yeah, same in the UK, but it still happens, taking advantage of their kindness. And so we're gonna get to the Minnesota thing, but let me just finish this, okay? Here's the point. I think that we really, and hopefully, maybe one day Hassan will hear this, okay? And when he'll hear it, then he'll just pretend like he didn't, and he'll just keep saying, I believe the same thing. I don't want to get involved in the Middle East, period. I'm very much of the mindset that, do you want to know the real problem? Like, and like, I don't, okay, maybe this might convince him that I'm not an Israel lover, okay?
A dangerous
I think
world
about
calls for inspired solutions.
80 or 90% of our problems in the Middle East in the last, like, at least 5 years would not exist if Israel didn't exist. I'm not saying Israel shouldn't exist, but I'm saying Israel is the causal factor for these problems. That's it. And so that's it. Wrong. Well, you can say wrong or not, but like I think that there are a lot of different reasons why that's happened. And stupid take, I don't think it's a bad take at all. No, I mean, absolutely. A lot of them feel like, and this is the way that I think a lot of people feel from there, and this is just from what I've heard, from what I've read, and what I've just observed, is I think that a lot of people view Israel as a puppet nation that Western governments use in order to push a, like, basically a local Western perspective in the Middle East. I think that's the way a lot of them feel. And I think there's a lot of them that feel that go along. Yeah, exactly. And so whenever I think about this, I mean, I don't hate Israel. I don't think Israel's a terrible place. I don't think any of these places are really terrible. I don't think the people are terrible either. I mean, especially the people. I mean, the government and let's say Iran, I think is bad. But other than that, I mean, you know, I'm not going to get into the specifics. The point is, though, won't die for Israel. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to send troops over. I'll tell you this right now. I do not want to see a single fucking troop sent to Israel. Not a single fucking one. I don't want to defend this stuff. I don't want to fight for this. I don't want to send them weapons. I don't want to do I don't want to have anything to fucking do with this. And in my opinion, we need to let these countries solve their own problems rather than trying to solve the problems for them. That's really it. And that's where I'm at. Most of our support isn't troops. I understand that, and, you know, if they want to sell weapons to Israel, I mean, the U.S. sells weapons to everywhere. They're selling weapons probably, I don't know, maybe they're selling weapons in Africa, right? I'm not even sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure there's plenty of defense contractors and these defense companies that are, you know, like getting rich with blood money all over the world. So, I mean, I don't really think that Israel's anything unique there. But, yeah. Maybe stop giving our money to buy bombs? Yeah, I think so. What about those who say if Israel falls, America will be next? I don't see the logic there. Like, there's like, America is literally on the other side of the world, basically, than Israel. Like, why would anybody from the Middle East wouldn't they want to attack Europe first? I mean, like, I'm just thinking about this logically, right? Like, if I was them, I would be like, oh, okay, well, then the next step would be fucking Europe, right? I mean, that's what's closer to them. Yeah, they already are? Well, I mean, no, that's migration, right? Which is different. So yeah, and there's no logic to this. Yeah, I don't really see it either. And so yeah, no, I don't think so. And I also think that the true path to peace with the Middle East, and or at least like a not active war with them, is a vested collective interest. A vested collective interest that is reinforced by intermingling of populations, where people can go there and you know, travel and be tourists there, and tourists from there can come here. That I think is the only way that you can really beat it culturally. And I think that's happening, by the way, like esports. Yeah, and by the way, this is happening, and it's happening right now, and it has been happening. And agree, a cultural exchange? Yes, it is a cultural exchange, and I think that over time that will become more evident. So yeah, LMAO, like esports, yeah, that's a great example. Like the fact that like a lot of people in the Middle East really like esports and gaming, I think that's a really good first middle ground that you can build with those people, because the teenagers and the 20-year-old guys right now that are playing esports and they love esports and they're like, oh, my favorite team, and I'm watching these American streamers, those men one day will be 50 years old and they'll be running companies over there and making decisions. And I don't think they're going to just forget about that experience that they had. And so, and I think also conversely, a lot of young guys here that might have grown up, you know, in, you know, like 9/11 days and everything. And, you know, they're like, oh, well, the Middle East is bad. Saudi Arabia hates us. They want to kill us. And if they have friends that they've known from Qatar, from Saudi Arabia, or from some other place in that area, maybe one day Iran, then I think that viewpoint is going to be a lot softer. And so when I see that, I think about what's the best thing in the long term. And a lot of people might say, well, it might not be fair because of like this bad thing that happened in the past, or this bad thing that happened in the past. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, this goes back thousands of years, really. I mean, at what point can you move forward, right? At what point do you not continually just reopen old wounds forever? It's a rather naive view. I actually don't think so. And I'll tell you guys this. And let me ask a question for the person that says knife. How many of you guys have ever met somebody from another country and gotten to know them better, and it's changed your perspective of that country because you've had maybe just a frank and honest conversation with them about what it's like living there? Or at least the people there. I think this is very, very, very common. It's extremely common. And I'm seeing it all the time. And me, true? Yeah, absolutely. And so it's extremely, the opposite happens too. Of course it does. But I think that the other one, I think that on average, the interactions are positive. But it's, again, it's the vested financial interest that I think is really necessary in order for things like that to work out. Massive fire erupts at Marathon Oil facility. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll look it up in a minute. Let me see here. Apparently this is just happening. Fuck. Let me see if I can just search it myself. I was going to look it up and copy paste it. Oil fire. Oh, wow. Large fire at Marathon Oil facility in Texas City, Texas. Residents asked to stay inside. Holy shit. Look at this. And this just happened 5 minutes ago? Oh my god. Look at that. Oh my god. Wow. Bro, today is a crazy day, isn't it? Jesus. What the hell is going on? Sleeper agents activated? Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's where I'm at. I don't think that's really sleeper agents in this circumstance. Iranian sleepers? I mean, maybe they're gonna have to wait and find out. I mean, I certainly wouldn't go and be like, yeah, this is what's happening for sure right now, immediately, like minutes after it happened. But yeah, let's see if I can find it here. And so yeah, massive fucking fire. Let me see if I can pull it up. And where did it go? I don't think anybody's really covering or talking about this at all. So it looks like there's no real information about it. I'll see if there's any more images or photos of it too. Holy shit, man. Not some guy, not good. Some other guy, love it. What the fuck? And here's another one. Oh my. It's an attack from within? Maybe, yeah. It's possible for sure.
I have just the thing, Wanderer.
This is my city. We have this happen all the time. Really? I mean, I'm not seeing it. This is from 2023. Oh, am I an idiot? Oh, yeah, it is. I was just looking at that one. I assumed it was. No, thank you very much. I wasn't even paying attention. Sorry. I was like, a lot of times I'll just get distracted by something and then just click on something without looking at it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe it does happen more often. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, again, I wouldn't immediately go and say this is what it is. So it does happen all the time? Yeah, I mean, well, it happened 2 years ago. So I wouldn't say it's a sleeper. It's an Iranian sleeper cell that's been activated, you know, just randomly, right? Sorry, guys. I wouldn't necessarily assume that. Is this LA another peaceful protest? Well, maybe it is. I don't know yet. But, yeah, just do a bonfire. They do it on purpose for fun? Well, I have no idea. Russian agents did something similar in Poland. It would make sense for Iranians to do the same tactic in USA. Yeah, and, I mean, obviously, like, there's a, you know, like, there's the military parade today. They had the whole No Kings protest, and there's that going on. I don't really think there's a lot really with this. It's just a bunch of people protesting, and yeah, this doesn't really seem like it's that big of a deal. Things seem totally fine. Yeah. Yeah, it seems fine. I mean, it's just a random fucking protest with a bunch of people. But, yeah, I don't know really what else to say. But Trump birthday parade? Yeah, I guess so. Just bad engineers, probably. Yeah, but anyway, I will look at the Minnesota thing and find out about this. So apparently, Minnesota legislators targeted in shootings. So not only was so they were killed now, actually. Okay, because they were shot earlier. It wasn't defined whether they had died or not. So Democratic House Speaker Marina Melissa Hartman and her husband were killed in what was described by state officials by a politically motivated assassination in Brooklyn Park. Another lawmaker, Senator John Hoffman, and his wife were shot but survived. Oh, wow. So, well, I didn't even know this. So 2 different people in Minnesota were shot. It wasn't just one person and her husband, but it was 2 separate couples. Oh, my God. 4, yeah, so 4 total, right? Like 2 couples, 4 people total. The suspect, Vance Luther Bolter, remains at large after allegedly impersonating a police officer. The incident led to an intensive manhunt involving multiple law enforcement agencies. Holy shit. And so this is the guy, apparently, that they think did it, right? So I'll go ahead and watch this here, and actually, I'll pull up the video. This is obviously Tim Walz talking about it. I think there's a longer clip. We'll watch the longer clip if I can find it. Yeah, this is crazy. It's some nutjob targeting politicians door to door. Apparently, Tim Walz is on his list. Well, do we know what the list is? I don't know if we do or not. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this first, okay? So this is the statement. Tim Walz is the governor of Minnesota, so we'll listen to what he says.
State Patrol Colonel Christina Bogoyevich, Champlain Park Police Chief Snyder, and Brooklyn Park Police Chief Mark Bruley, as well as the mayor of Brooklyn Park. We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
It's kind of surprising that they, in a lot of these cases, they kind of hold off on saying whether it was an assassination or just a killing. The fact that they're coming right out and saying that this fast, that's surprising. Usually you don't see that.
Our state lost a great leader, and I lost the dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many.